Every time I hear the drum, every time I hear a smudge, every time I hear an old man, old lady laughing, whoa, I need to be there. That's my calling. That is my way of life. Okay. Gusto na ko magsipita. Hello, my name is Big Eagle. My name is Dan Fox. I was born and raised on a Blood Indian Reserve here, historically Blackfoot territory, along the mountains of the west and the Belly River, and I've been in this homestead of mine since 2003, with my wife and my two sons and my two dogs, and 90 head of bison. To me, as an Indigenous changemaker, I try to help the community and take that lead role and advocate for that bison to come back, and for kids to see that there is still that powerful ceremonial way with the bison. Bringing ceremony and the bison harvest together, that's the heart of what I do, is try to work with people through ceremony and try and teach them the ways that I was taught by the older people. I was going through a lot of health issues and I got really sick. And while I was really sick, it took the doctors and specialists to find out what was wrong. I went to go see, I call them my grandmother aunties, and I told them what was going on. My mother and a couple of the elder ladies on our reserve. And they said, you need to get to the root of the problem. And he said, we have our own traditional ways back in the day. And the word that they used was "pipiksit." That means you go and seek help. So the old ladies here on the reserve started working with me, and with all the research that they did, they found out I was allergic to Western foods, anything refined. So I didn't know for the first few months that they were giving me bison bone broth, and that started healing me. Within a month, I started working back to a real healthy state. And then when I got feeling better, they sat with me and they said, you need to continue to try and stay within our natural way, the Indigenous way of your food intake. The buffalo were our main source of food back in the day. So they instructed me to continue this way they were taught. And so my mother and my grandmother aunties, they showed us that way, and to this day there was 200 people here yesterday helping out with the harvest. It was a natural way of learning that the bison were our spiritual animal, our bison were our food, our bison were our clothing, our bison were our way of life. When I was a child, my mother would bring us to Sundance, and back then Sundance could last for almost 3 weeks, a month. We get to go, we get to see our friends, we get to play, we get to go down to the river, ride our horses. I would smell the smudge. I would smell the ceremony. I would hear the drumming in the center teepee. I would hear all the old people laughing, teasing each other. The social system was just happiness. Just to see children running around at a ceremony, running, screaming, crying, laughing. That's my heart and goal. When I hear that, I know that these young people, they're going to grow up to be that way. Okay, my name is Dan Fox, and I'm an Indigenous changemaker.